What? This is getting worse every time. Wait, what? I'm looking that way and you're over there? What? Why is this getting worse, man? All right. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. You?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. We're getting ready to do the show today, and what was that experience like?
We watched the video on animation for the skeleton, but then all of our controls for moving the player and firing the missiles stopped working.
Yeah.
So we had to fix them like while we were streaming.
Yeah, just before we started up, we had to fix those. That's true.
Why is it getting bigger?
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Let's start off with a little feature we call
What happened last time?
And we'll do it. Well, what did we do last time? We worked on, I'll go ahead and play the game so you can kind of see it. We worked on putting this guy out here in the, at the end of the level.
And, yeah.
Interesting. I don't have control over here, and I'm not sure why.
Are you focused on the game?
Yeah, it's got it.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure why I don't have control over that. That is kind of weird. I'm also not sure why my statistics are up here. We created a second level at the end. I'll go ahead and play it and we'll see it. Maybe we'll do it on your machine, Campbell. Let's show it on your machine. And just stop sharing the machine. I'm getting blank from you.
Oopsies. I never was sharing.
Okay. There it is.
Yeah.
I got it now. That's a Campbell show on his
So we
machine.
made it so that there are 2 levels at a time. So see,
2
this
tracks,
one
right?
fades away.
Yeah.
And we can see that one. So that you can have a near miss experience.
Right. And that's it right there.
And we also worked on making the power-ups into cheeseburgers.
Yeah. We did. You made them on your side. You've got a better looking game than I have. Interesting though that on my side we lost control. I think I want to take a look at that. I'm noticing uncharacteristic slowness of of the screen share. It's coming from you to me, and
I see that too.
And I want to see if we can fix that.
It's been slightly slow before, but never this slow.
Let's do this. I'm going to disconnect from Skype, and I'm going to call you right back. And we'll try to get a new call going here. See if we can make that work. If that's going to improve the speed of that at all. All right. Now I'm trying to figure out the background. There we go. There's the background. It looks like you're sharing. All right. Hit play. See if it's any better.
Nope.
Still pretty slow. That's a little disappointing. All right, so that's what we worked on. We created a secondary track level on the side. We made it so the track you're on fades as you're getting close to running out of time.
Yeah. And I forget if we did this last time, but we made these. No, that was the time. That
was the show before. Yeah, about a week ago we did that, where the counter drops down, the level counter goes up as we're playing. I think that's it. Yeah. The hamburger change was super fun. I like that. Campbell did that while I was working on the multiple level. I was trying to get that to work. Let's go back to my machine here. And I'll show you what we're kind of grouping here in our to-do list here. one of them is we've got refined character animation. So, and in that we're talking about having more characters.
More skeleton animation.
Right, more skeleton animation, varied skeleton animation. So when we put the skeleton out there, we choose maybe a different animation so it looks a little different every time. And when the track fades away, we're talking about triggering the death animation for
Here, wait. Can I?
the skeleton.
Campbell. This is the death animation. Oh wait, I bet.
So it looks like that. So as you approach the end, he starts to fall. So
Yes,
just as you
when
get
the
like
track fades
close to his feet,
away.
I kind of want him to fall.
Wait, what do you mean?
As you get close to his feet,
Yes.
I want him to fall. So that's something that we want to do. What else? New level. So this is kind of our to-do list of things we want to do. We want the track to get longer. That's already happening. Let's put a check by the things that we've done already here. I'm just going to create a checkbox here. Track gets longer. Check. We got that. Reset our block dropping count back to 1. I think we're doing something close to this. I think we are currently setting it to the level
Yes.
that we're on.
And I think that works. That's
You know what I want to do? Hold on. Maybe I want to first figure out. I want to just double check that I'm not. Let's see if there are any console errors. Why am I not? Do I no longer have control over this? Oh no, I have control.
oh.
Okay. So what I want to do is when we get to a new level, what I want is when it starts level 2, I want a single vertical stack to go down, and then I want it to get wider. So right now what's happening is as we go down, as we get to what, I'm not sure what level we're in, we're about to go to level 5, we should get like a 5x5 block. See that? I want it to be a 1x5 block.
And then
So-
a 2x5 block.
Yeah, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Once we get to
Wait,
5x5, then
think
I want it to go, what'd you
I
say?
think that's the case on my machine.
You think it's the case on yours?
Yeah, wait.
I do not think so. Where's my stats on here? How did I get this thing up?
2. Oh, I thought it was at least. I feel like we made that change. Yeah, 2x3.
Oh, there's stats right there. I hit that button. Okay, cool. Yeah. So,
Ready? 3x3, and then a 3x4.
yeah,
Well, I
I don't
guess
want
that's
that.
not
What I
really
want when you get the new level, I want a single stack that tells you what level you're on. That's kind of what I want. And then that generally gets bigger each time. So let's change that right now.
Okay.
So that's going to happen in, I think, in create next track, next level. Start new level, is it there? Here, stack height and stack width is equal to level count. I want to change this to the number 1 on line 83 of game logic,
Oh,
right
wow.
there.
That seems easy.
You want to do that too? I'll switch it over to your machine there and you can do the same thing.
Line 83, you said?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah. You can double click it if you got the mouse out there. Or- Let me show you something else you can do too for selection because this is sometimes useful. I'm going to move over to your machine a second.
Alt-Shift.
I'm going to hit Control-Alt-Shift. Oh wait, I don't have a shortcut for it. Do we have? Yeah, I won't do it. Let's shift over to my machine. Let's go to my machine and I'll show it to you because I got this stuff I want to show you here. So I've got the CodeRush keystroke visualizer here. So as I move, see what's happening up there? Let me get rid of the words mark machine in the upper right there so you can see it. See what's happening as I move inside? Look up there. It shows me what keys I'm pressing. And if I press them more than once, see the multiplier on it up there,
Yeah.
Campbell? All right, so you can see what keys I'm pressing. So if I'm here and I want to replace this, like with the, or let's go back to where I was. I was here. I want to replace this with the number 1. The fastest way to do that is to hold down Control Shift and then hit the left arrow key. See that Control Shift left?
I thought it was Alt Shift.
Alt Shift will do this. See that? Control will do the whole word.
It will do it until the space.
Yeah. Also, Control left and right arrow. Look what it does. See that? Alt left and right arrow. This is a CodeRush feature right here. Does that, and Control does this. See that? So you combine that with Shift. So if you want to come replace something quickly, just Control Shift left arrow. Or if you're at the beginning of the word, Control Shift right arrow.
Yeah.
Like that. It goes just a little bit further. But that's what's going on there. Can you try that on your machine and see how that feels to you? Switch over to your machine. You can try that.
Here?
Yeah. Just try Control left and right arrow. And you can even go past the end of the line and go back to the start too. Go up to that set track length and position up there. Up on line 74 or 75.
Wait, is there a way to do it from here to get both that and that?
To get the whole thing? Yeah, selection increase. You know the num plus
Control
on
W.
Yeah, or Control W.
What? That's genius.
That's CodeRush, my friend. I
That's
spec that out
CodeRush?
this year, I think, to be able to show that. So you can see things that are off screen in the selection. Yeah, very cool feature.
Genius.
Okay, let's go back over to my screen. Let's take a look at, so that's the change I want to make. I want to change stack width back to 1. So let's play.
Wait, but will it increase? It will, right?
Yes, it will, because there's code later on that says, hey, if stack width is less than stack height, keep incrementing this. You see it on my machine here, Campbell?
Wait, it's not working. It wasn't working. It was
You should
dropping
see a
it.
1x3 stack.
Look,
Oh, you're right. Let's go look
and
at
then
your
it
code.
works.
Did you undo it? Let's go
No.
look at your code. Hold on, sorry, we were looking at my machine. Viewers were watching my machine while I was looking at
And
Campbell's.
it's saved. Wait, where is it?
It was line 80.
83.
Yeah, 84, 82, somewhere in that space. Oh, let me show you something else you can do. You've got stack width set to 1. That should totally work. I think it's like the change is not actually working, but let's do this. Here's what you can do. Come in here and do like a, whoops. Well, here's the thing I want to show you. If you hit Control G, Campbell, whoops, hold on. Control G, you can type in the line number you want to go to. See that? Like that. I want to just do this. I want to send out a console, a debug log. So I'm going to type in DL over here and paste that in. I just want to see if that hits the debug log, the console window. Can you run it?
Yep. Padoodle boosters.
So when we
Stack
get out
width.
the end of this, we should see in the console,
Stack width equals 1.
yeah. Doesn't look like it's working.
Extra time is 5.
Oh wait, that one just came down at 1x2.
Yeah, it's the first one doesn't work, but then the second one does. That's the case for all of them.
This 1x4 just worked.
No, because look, it's a 3x4
by
and then it's a
5.
1x2. 4. Bam.
I think it's because it's already dropped it in front of you. Do you know what I mean? In other words,
Oh, so it doesn't have time?
yeah, I think what we want to do is not drop if we are Slave Creation. Wolf is hungry. Welcome, Flave Creations. Glad you're with us today. Flave Creations was with us on the Dungeons & Dragons show. And it was very funny. Had some funny contributions. Let's go back to Campbell's machine. And so yeah, I think the problem is we're approaching the end of the track, and then our constraint says go ahead and drop the blocks, right?
Yeah.
But it's dropping them on the next track. What I think I want to do is I want to change that constraint so that if we're going to drop them, we check to see if it's at the end of the next track, and if it is, we don't drop them. Did you
And how would we
understand
do
what
that?
I said or no?
Yeah, I did.
Flea Cruiser says, I love interactive stuff. We don't have the speech bubbles here on this show yet. I'm not sure how to integrate them yet, but so those aren't going to be working, unfortunately. But I think we'll add those in the future. What'd you say, Campbell? I'm sorry. I was just talking to Flav Creations.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so we want to find a method in here, and there's a code rush feature that you can hit. You can hit num enter to jump to symbol.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So now we can start typing the name of the symbol. I think it's like drop stack or something like that. Type in the word drop. See if you got any there. Drop block.
Block? No.
Okay, but we can start with drop block and use tab to next reference to see who's calling it. So now you can hit the tab key, and this is coming from a method. Mitch's Workshop is raiding with a party of 13. Welcome, Mitch's Workshop. Welcome to the raid.
What? Why is this happening?
All right. Stack Overflow is now following. Thanks for that follow. We're here working in Unity and C#. I think it's a good time to celebrate this raid. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, Flav Creations, thanks for your comments in there. Definitely looking at those. Welcome everybody from the raid. We are working on two different machines here. This is my machine here, and over there, that's Campbell's machine. We're looking at when we Smash 8 tap is now following. Thanks for that follow. Working in Unity, working in C#. It's my son Campbell over here. Campbell's 10 years old, and we are learning how to code. So if you got new coding questions in Unity or C#, ask them away. I think one of the questions I want to ask is, when am I going to go get some WD-40 for that chair, Campbell? Because holy cow, is that thing squeaky.
It is so squeaky.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Okay, so if you go, if you scroll up just a little bit, you'll see the method that we're in here. We've got this kind of thing happening
Float
in here.
Delta Z.
What'd you say?
Wait, no, that's not the method.
Tell me what you said about it's in fixed update. So I think, okay, here's what I kind of think I want to do. I think the first thing I want to do, you're in game logic, right?
Yeah.
Oh, did you save? Oh yeah, you did save before. We did see some evidence of it. So we're checking to see if delta Z is greater than distance between drops. That's what tells us whether we do it or not. The last position Z, line 173,
yes,
says last position C, drop Z is where the player is.
Yeah, so that we...
And that's what we're deciding whether we want to drop it or not. But I don't want to set that yet, because I want to see if where we're going to drop the block is going to be off the track or not. So do this. Go back to drop block and hit tab key to tap the next reference into that on line 178. Well, you're starting to write code here, aren't you?
Am I not supposed to?
Yeah, don't do that yet. We need to figure out what code to write. Go down into drop block on line 178, and I just want to, because I want to see how far ahead we're dropping it. I think it's a property, but I don't remember what it is. Just hit the tab key to go in there.
Oh wait, tab.
Yeah. There it is. It's right there. Distance ahead to drop. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So what I want to do, so that's 20 right there. So copy that. Now go back to where we were. You can just hit escape to get back to that tab, to next reference starting point. Campbell, you can hit the escape key to get back to your...
Escape.
Oh, did you? And it didn't jump back? There it is, right there. Okay. So you might have had a selection, so escape might have canceled the selection. All right, so now here's the drop block. What I want to do is go back to where you were on line 171. You started to write a second conditional statement.
Yes, I did.
Go ahead and let's do that. And then paste in what we have on the clipboard.
Control V.
So we want to check to see if
the distance it had to drop is still on the track, right?
Yes. So the distance ahead to drop, we want to get that Z position. What is the Z position using, what expression will give us that Z position?
Of the end of the track?
Yeah, you need something else. You've got distance ahead to drop, but you got to add something to it to get the actual Z position.
Oh, yeah. Distance ahead to drop. Oh, plus the player position.
Yeah, exactly. Don't forget that plus in there.
What? Oh, yeah. Good boy. Plus player.
You also have that on line 173 if you want to just copy that whole expression. It's going to be transform. Player's a game object, I think. There you go.
Transform dot position.
And there's one more dot. Dot what?
Oh, dot Z.
Perfect. Okay, so now we want to check to see if that is greater than what?
Huh. Still says it's wrong.
Yeah, because you don't have you don't have the expression yet. You just have a number. You've got a number here, but we want to see if it's greater than what?
Is greater than the track position.
The end of the track.
Yeah, the track
which I
position
think we're
Z plus local scale Z.
Well, before you do that, I think we've already got a variable called end of track. So just put the operator.
We do.
Is the operator going to be less than or greater than?
Greater than.
Okay. And then try typing an end.
End of next track. End of track Z.
End of track Z. Okay. Now we know. So now we know we don't want to do it actually. So it's not maybe necessarily greater than. It could be a less than. It's got to be on the same track.
True.
Try that. Save that and see if that works for you.
Control S. Wait, do you remember? No, wait, that's it. You're right.
Do I remember what?
Which way is addition on the Z scale in Unity? I think it is forward for us,
I think,
right?
well, it depends on which way you've got the camera set up, right? But I think the way we've got it,
Yeah,
addition is forward. Okay. So we're looking for this to drop down to just 2 blocks because we're on level 2. And the next one's going to be a stack of 3.
Yes.
There it is. So that tells us what level we're on. And we've got this kind of reset of complexity here. Man, we've got really slow. Why is it so slow? Just talking about the connectivity between your machine and mine. Is the animation at your site low? It's not actually Gary Onion or Gary Onion. Probably is better pronunciation of that. Gary, no, it's not. It's really slow on Campbell's machine. I mean, sorry, it's really fast and smooth on Campbell's machine.
It's just on the Skype
yeah,
call.
this is the first broadcast I've seen where this has been really slow like this. The Skype is kind of, looks like it's totally downgrading that. I wonder if there's any kind of workaround I can do. I'm going to go back in and I'm going to try disconnecting from you and calling you back one more time, Campbell. See if we can get any better results there. And share your screen when it comes through. And we'll see. It is really
Video feed.
yeah. I just realized what I can do. I don't know if I can do this quickly or not. Let me come over to your machine, Campbell. Do you have OBS installed on your machine? You do.
I do.
I can start up OBS. I'm going to cancel this optimization. I'm going to create, nice. Okay, we're going to create a new scene over here on your machine. We're going to grab what's in your machine from using OBS, and it's going to send from your machine to mine. So we've got a new scene over here. We're going to add a new display capture, maybe? I think that's the way to work. And create new. We're going to call this the right monitor. And
Whoa.
that's the right one, because look at what it's doing. So we'll say okay, with including capture the cursor. All right, so that is that. Then I want to go into NDI output settings, and let's create a preview output of this, or maybe a main output of this, and we're going to call this OBS Campbell. Like that. I think this is going to fix our speed problems. Now back over here on my machine here. Out of curiosity, is there a reason you're using Skype to do it at home? I used to use NDI to transfer one machine to another with pretty decent results. It should be your local LAN if you're wired. That's exactly what we're doing right now. So we're setting that up right now. Let's do it. I'm going to go in here. I've already got an NDI for Campbell here, but I was getting that from Skype. Instead, ooh, but oh, there it is. I've got it. Now try Campbell. Try running your game now. Oh wait, hold on. It's much smaller than I want. There we go. Try running. And wait, why is it so low res? Go ahead and run your game. I think we're going to see it faster, but it's low res. I got to fix the resolution of it.
It's not slow on just your machine. It's slow on mine too. It's just Unity though, I think.
What's happening now? Looks like you're kind of frozen. Oh, okay, there we go. Much better. All right, so we've just done that. Echo. Oh, we got echo. Hold on.
Oh, we do?
Let me solve that. Give me a second. Check. Now I've got now the echo's on my side.
Yeah.
I want the no audio. Check. All right, now I've got it. Don't seem to have an audio mute to mute off.
Oh, I'm not muted on Skype. That could be the problem.
What'd you say? No, it's what's happening is your desktop audio is coming back over to mine because your desktop audio is playing what my sounds are. So that's what's going on. All right, so now we've got smooth motion on Campbell's machine.
I still hear a slight echo.
Yeah, Mark, please bear with us. We're having technical difficulties, says Coding Gorilla. Sorry, Coding Gorilla. I see you out there, buddy, but we do not have the speech bubbles on the show yet. So, all right, Campbell. What do you think about it so far? How's it feeling to you?
It's feeling really fun.
Okay. Well, really fun sounds good.
Oh! Something we could do on this show is maybe find a way to show that we have extra time.
Yes. I want to see if there's a way to turn off. I'm just looking to see if we can turn off the audio for you. But I'm not seeing an option to turn off Campbell's audio. Here, switch over to mine. You can take, you're looking at OBS. Oh, there you can do it. It's on your side.
Yeah.
You're totally right. You're in the right place here.
Bam. Now there should be no echo.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you probably just fixed the echo.
Because see, desktop echo, or desktop audio.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
Okay, so let's see. It would be cool for us to be able to figure out how to hear your desktop audio, but not anything else. In other words, only the audio from your machine. That's a little tricky. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I'm getting it in my head, though. I think I'm getting it. Thanks, by the way, for helping us out with the echo problem there, chat. I really appreciate that. Okay, cool.
Uh-oh.
What's your uh-oh?
My screen on your screen is not updating.
Now, why is that?
Oh, oopsies. I closed down OBS. I think that's
Oh, okay, yeah. Get OBS back up and running again.
OBS.
That could be why it is. Yeah, don't close that down. And I think that's about all you need to do.
Now
Is just
is it updating?
start it up. Let's see. Have we seen it?
Yeah.
Looks like it's updated. Yeah. Great suggestion. Thanks, Flave Creations, on that. All right, you want to, what did you say you want to do? You want to,
Find a way to show that we have extra time.
extra time available. Okay,
Yeah.
let's do this. I'm going to switch over to my machine. I want to catch up with you for just a minute here. I want to make the same changes that you made already. We basically were coming in here. We said, and this player position right here
Last drop position Z.
plus last drop position Z, and it's got to be less than end of track,
No, greater than.
No, it's
Oh wait,
less
no,
than.
it's less than. No.
It's less than.
Sorry.
That was the change we made, right? If the audio is separate, and you can instead share screen with NDI itself and send desktop and audio separately without needing OBS. Open it all. If you're just using a center screen. Yeah, sorry about that, Coding Gorilla. With those chats, we are. The problem is I don't have any of the overlays loaded for this one because we don't have the Dungeons and Dragons show. It doesn't have anything to do with it. So, and that's where all those are coming from. So I either have to load those or I have to move the code over into the drone game as well. So it's something I just haven't done yet, haven't decided. I want to do something called refactoring. Here. Do you know, have we talked about that yet, Campbell? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's just changing the code in a way so that it's easier to read and more efficient.
Right. So one of the things that's bugging me about this is I've got this player.transform.position.z. And look at it here. I've got it here.
Do we want to create a variable for it?
We do. So I'm going to just select it.
Declare local.
Watch the. Can you do me a favor, not rocking back and forth on the chair so much if you can? I know that's tough. I want to choose introduce local, and instead of choosing this option, choose this option for all occurrences. See that?
Yeah.
So that's going to now give me a new local variable. It didn't start out here. I guess I have to start at the top. Do it right here. Philippe Grayson says, totally not someone who nerded out over NDI before getting a capture card and stopped using it. I'm all about NDI. Okay, one more time. We'll start at the first one and do it. Okay, so now we just have a variable called Z. Maybe I'm going to call this player Z, like that. Okay, see that? Why don't you do it on your machine? I want you to get the hang of doing this over here. I'm going to switch over to your machine. So get that first one on line 170. And I want to increase the quality of this, the NDI signal. Flame Creations, if you know how to increase the quality, let me know. I think it's on his machine. That's what I think the problem is. I think it's over on his machine. Player Z. All right, good. So you've got the player Z. That's step one that we've done. This whole thing from this line, quality which way? Well, I'm just noticing that it looks low res, his letters, right? So that's what I want to do. I want to bump that up. I want to, on your machine, Campbell, scroll that up so we can see that whole block of code right there. We were on line 171. Yeah, there. So take a look at from line 170 down to line 189. Is that right? What does this code do?
We check to see if delta Z is greater than distance between drops.
Yeah, what does this code do? Give me a description of what happens in this code. By the way, if it's hard to figure out what this code does, it's a great candidate for refactoring. Watch the mic adjustments.
It is. It's kind of confusing because I don't know. one thing that I don't know is what that delta Z is. Like, what is it the delta Z for?
If delta Z, that is player Z minus last drop position. That's the distance the player has traveled since the last time we dropped. So let's rename delta Z to distance player has traveled since the last drop, or something like that.
Distance from last drop?
Sure, that's good.
Or player distance?
Yeah, player distance from last drop. Lowercase since it's a local variable.
Last drop.
And there's an E in distance. You can get to it quickly with Alt left arrow.
C's.
There you go. All right, player distance from last drop. Okay, so what does this code do? Well, one of the things we're doing is we're renaming variables so that they make more sense as we're understanding them, right? We still don't quite understand what this code does yet, I think. We wrote this code a couple shows ago.
Yeah, I just...
So let's look at it. Let's keep looking at it. So we've got some checks here to say whether we're looking about dropping distance and distance ahead to drop, distance between drops. That's happening on line 172.
Yeah, we're checking if to see if our distance from the last drop, so the distance from the last block that we ran into or encountered, and we're checking to see if that distance is greater than the distance between drops. So the distance between the last drop we encountered and the next one we encountered. And then we're also checking to see if distance ahead to drop, the distance from us to the next drop, plus the player position. So that's where the next drop is moving. If that is greater than the end of track Z, then we're going to do, if that is less than the end of track Z, then we're going to do all that. So we're seeing if the next drop will be on the track.
And then what happens?
And then...
I'm looking at the whole block. What's this whole block do?
a lot.
I'm going to bring the mouse over to your machine a second. I want to go in. Edit. Settings. Stream. Output. I want to crank this up.
Slightly higher res, but not really.
Okay, what else? Apply. Does that look any better? It does not look any better. Not really sure those are the settings you want to adjust. I was originally going to suggest using NDA scan to converter to send it. Huh, yeah, I think we are going to have to... FPS value is here. Output, here's my problem, right there. So, but I can't change it now, is that right? Why can't I change it? I haven't started streaming. I'm not streaming from this machine. Is it, maybe I am streaming and I can't change it because of this. Let's turn this off a second. Go back in to settings, video. Now I can change it. Here's my problem. I want 1920 by 1080.
Okay.
Boom. Now I'm going to go back over
Are those
here.
just like the always
Output. Now
dimensions?
it's going to jump in scale here because I've got it scaled over on the other side, I think. Let's see now if that updates itself. Let's go. Let me go fix the transform for it. Reset the transform and properties. it does not see the Campbell, OBS Campbell. Did I miss one of them here? That's the one I want to do right there. I think I'll call it OBS Campbell 2. See if I can see it now on my side. I do not see it. Yeah, so if I'm back over on my side, it's like I've lost the OBS setting here. Not there. Maybe we'll restart OBS. And we'll do that. Restarted OBS. Any better luck? Nope. Gotta bring this up again. Does it need a refresh to see it? There, got it. Okay.
I
Why?
don't see it on your screen.
Sorry?
I don't see it on yours. Oh wait, never mind.
There we go. It's just updated.
Skype.
All right.
Has
Go ahead and minimize OBS. And let's see. Do we have better quality image? It looks like we do. Okay. Cool. All right. So what does this block of code from 170 to 189 do? I heard you say it does a lot of stuff. But we know it basically asks a question, is it okay to drop a block or not? We know that's what's happening on line 172.
And then it declares how many blocks we drop.
It declares it?
Sorry, it
What does it do?
right?
What's happening on line 179?
179. We drop the blocks. Right?
Yeah, I was downscaling it. Well, not downscaling. The default
And
flag
we
creation
determine what position the
was
blocks will
720
be in.
feet. What does this do?
It drops a block and determines what position it should be in.
Okay, and look at the parenting lines 177 and 176. What do those do? What are those? Do you know what those are called?
For loops.
They're for loops. So what do you think the for loops do with this call to drop block?
They determine when we should drop the block.
Not
and
when.
by when, I mean under what conditions.
They don't actually determine that. There's something else going on. Look at the variable in the for loop. See the x offset and the y offset?
Yeah.
Go up there, put the caret on there, and hit the tab key to see where those go. Hit the tab key.
Tab key. Oh.
Okay. What's it? Look at where it's used here. Drop block.
Yeah. X offset minus stack width
Divided by 2.
divided by 2.
Plus a half.
Plus.
Okay, it's used there. What about y offset? Let's look at where y offset is used.
It's used here.
It's used there.
There's
So
no-
when I call drop block, I'm passing in an x and a y. Right?
Yep.
And what does drop block do?
It drops a block
Where?
wherever we tell it to.
At the x and the y we pass in.
Yeah.
Also the z, but we're passing in 0 for that z offset.
Yeah.
Okay, so these for loops, what do they do with the drop block call? What are they doing?
Wait. What do
Lines
you-
176 through 179, what are they doing?
They're determining where we should drop the blocks.
And they are, in effect, dropping
The block.
the blocks. Okay. And what about lines 182 through 188? This is a little tricky. In part it's tricky because
Oh, it's saying if we have a stack that is too big, then don't do anything.
right, if the stack width
don't make
times
it
the
bigger.
stack height is 24 by 24,
Yeah.
or if it's less than that, then go ahead and we can increment the stack width or height. Okay?
Else,
So what aligns, if you wanted to tell somebody who wasn't a coder what this code does from line 170 to 189, if you were going to simplify the description of it, what would you tell them these lines of code do?
it drops obstacles and says where to drop them. And it says if we have too many blocks on screen, then don't add more blocks.
Okay, now if you're going to send it to say it to somebody who was really just wanted it to be very simple, how would you describe it? In just 3 words or less. What does this do?
Drops blocks.
Yeah, drops blocks or
'Cause-
drops blocks stack. Something like that.
We don't need this code.
Tell me about that.
We're not going to get a stack bigger than 24.
By 24? I think we
Yeah.
can. Because we're elongating the track every time we get a new level. So the track's getting longer and longer. You might be
Track
right.
is, but I don't think... I kind of want to do the math to see if this code is needed.
All right, comment it out. Wait, take a look at what the code does, though. The code increments stack width and height. If you comment it out, you'll only get 1 block dropped every time, I think.
Oh, true. We do need this code, but we don't need this if statement. Really?
We don't need what?
Never mind.
Cody Gorilla says drop them like they're hot. So
Oh no, my stream deck is...
don't squirm away from this, because I want to get back to, I want to finish what we were doing. We identified lines 170 through 189 as code that essentially dropped a block stack.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Well, if this is hard to read, why not extract it into its own method called drop block stack? Hold on. Watch your selection, Campbell. And Smoothie's here. So it's important. Don't step on the Legos. They're very sharp. Look out, train. New channel point redemptions.
I don't know why, but that fanfare reminds me of Peabody and Sherman.
Oh yeah, Peabody and Sherman. I get the same thing. All right, so you've got
Sorry,
an
I have
extra
this
brace selected.
Yeah.
You can, yeah, there you go. Grab that. Let's extract that to its own method.
Extract method.
And it's a method, so we want to begin with an uppercase letter D. Good job. Drop, block, stack. And kids out there, is this code too small? Do we need to increase the font size on Campbell's machine? Let us know, chat, if you want more of that in there. Okay. I drop Lego like it's hot, says Smoopy. All right. And then hit enter when you're done with the rename, Campbell. All right. I'm going to do the same thing over here on my machine with that same bit of code right here. I'm going to grab, we're going to grab this right here. And the thing is, look on my machine, Campbell. Look at this. We're in this method called fixed update. It doesn't even fit on screen, right? If a method doesn't fit on screen, it's a good idea to consider refactoring its pieces. So I'm just going to hit the refactor key here, choose extract method. We're calling it what? Drop, block,
stack.
Stack. Now, and sometimes I do this, if time is right or if needed. Drop new block stack. I might call it this right here. So sometimes that infers, if I put an if needed on the end of it, to me that tells me that, oh, it might or might not. So it's not going to do it every time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense if I put that if needed there? Okay. Don't forget hitting the rename, Campbell. Campbell,
Yeah,
just
I remember, but
okay.
it's just...
No worries. All right. Cool. Now look at fixed update. Does it fit on one screen? Yeah, it kind of fits on the screen right there. So Campbell's blocking the bottom of it, but now with this refactoring, it's more all along the same space right here.
Where is fixed update?
What'd you say?
Oh, fixed update.
Fixed update starts at line
That's the
141.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
And so
totally
now on
fits.
Campbell's machine, there you can see with the smaller font, it totally fits on one page. All right, so we've refactored. It's always good after refactoring to do a quick play test. Do you want to do that? Make sure it still works.
Well, we just extracted it as a method, right? So it should work.
Yep, it absolutely should. But it's good. It's good.
It's always good to check.
Yeah, it's always good to check. Thanks for the follow, Ryan. Appreciate it. All right. I feel like we are going to. All right. What do we want to do next? We want to work with the animation of this guy. make him change? Because he's always doing the same animation every time he appears.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, I want to change that up. So let's see if we can figure that out. Yeah, go into game logic. We'll switch over to your machine here, Campbell. Or I guess we're on it. Up at the top of game logic, there's an object called skeleton.
Oh, wait, sorry, yes?
Up at the top of game logic, there's an object called skeleton. Take a look at that.
Yeah, there is. It's a transform.
Hit the tab key.
Don't we just use it to say where we want the skeleton?
I think so, but hit the tab key.
Oh, oopsies. I was hitting caps lock.
There's, yes, exactly what you just said.
Oopsie.
So we're setting its position.
Yes.
Go back to skeleton. Keep going tab on it. Look at these two lines of code. Look at line 69 and line 60. Here, can I give you a quick, I'm going to give you a quick way to visualize these. I'm going to copy this to the clipboard. I'm going to paste it under. What do you notice about these two lines of code?
They're very similar.
They are the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. I'm going to extract this. We're going to call this position
Skeleton placing.
skeleton at end of track. Cool. Then I'm going to copy that. And oh, look who's here. Camel, look out. Right above you, man. Crackberg. Garbled Knowledge is here too. Am I going to drown a kid? That's not right, Mr. Rush. He's okay. He knows how to swim. Garbled Knowledge is asking, is Campbell's hat new? It looks more yellow than it has in the past. Campbell?
This hat, it's, I think, 3 shows old. So kind of new.
3 shows old. So it was about, it debuted about a week ago. Or maybe 2.
Sorry, I mean 3 weeks.
Breckford says, glad he can swim. Yeah. Well, swimming is important here in Costa Rica, isn't it, Campbell?
It is.
Yeah, it is. All right.
Just not used to cold waters.
Well, yeah, not in cold water. I did need some rights for my drink, says Mr. Smoofy. Yeah, I should always remember to get my cup up when Brackbird comes in and smashes into that. I should add snow to that effect. Shouldn't I? Okay. All right. So let's keep going. Back on your machine, Campbell. Put the carrot on skeleton.
Oh, maybe we do need a bigger font.
And hit the, yeah, let's do it. Let me change that real quickly if you don't mind.
I got it. Oh,
Oops. All right, I'm off your machine, sorry. That was both Campbell and I rushing with the mouse at the same time. All right.
Fonts and colors, correct?
Yeah, it's an environment, I think. Yeah, there it is. And you're in text editor. It's size, right there on the right. Take it to 14 maybe. I think 15 is too big. There you go. I'm excited to see what's changed. It's been a while since I popped in. Campbell's added a ton of code. Yeah, we were just refactoring it here. We're looking at the skeleton. We're doing skeleton animation now, Garbled Knowledge. Frackberg have just come in. And we're looking at that. So we're looking at the skeleton and we're hitting the tab key to see what code exists.
These are some of the actions that Ocular Malice did.
Yeah, Ocular Malice helped out. He was here, I think, last Saturday. Maybe last Friday too, I'm not sure. But he helped us out, sent us some of this code, and we've integrated this code. It's pretty simple, right? It's just got different methods that we can call. This is called the skeleton controller. If you scroll just a little bit up, one more line up, Campbell, There, you can see the declaration on line 3 there. It's a skeleton controller. And it's got to see the anim on line 6, Campbell? And then look at line 12. What happens?
Wait a minute. Why is my cursor black on Skype?
You mean, what do you mean on Skype?
On the call, my cursor, it's black, not white.
You see feedback? That may be, I'm not sure what that is. It looks good on the stream though. I'm looking at it. It's kind of a yellowish color. So look at line 12. And what do you think line 12 is? Do you have a sense of what line 12 is doing?
It gets the component for the animator.
Yeah, for whatever the animator is that this thing, skeleton controller, is attached to, I believe. But look at line 6 and line 12. How are those two related?
This creates a variable of type animator called anim, and this sets it equal to.
Yeah, it sets that equal to. In fact, if you put the tab key on the anim, you hit use tab to next reference, not on animator, but on anim, the variable called anim.
Here.
You'll see the connection there. You'll see everything light up in the file, right, as you go through it. All right, cool. Let's go back over into game logic. Let's go find the skeleton again. And now let's continue to hit the tab key on that and see where it shows up.
Huh. You know what's weird? The font size on the scripts is still small.
Show me what you mean by that.
For the top, that seems smaller than this.
Oh, you're talking about the tabs.
Yeah, the tabs.
Oh, I can change that too. Do you want to see that change?
Sure.
Okay, go into Tools, Environment, or Options, and that's going to be, we see it says Show Settings for Text Editor. Click that drop down right there. And now you're looking for, I think, Environment or System. Environment. See it right there above my finger? It's right above my finger by about 4. Up a little bit more. There. There. That's Environment. Change it from Automatic. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think you have to change it.
Wait, this is the type of font.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want something fun, do Comic Sans, MS.
MS, yeah.
Okay. And then change the font size.
To probably maybe 12.
Sure. Try it. Sweet?
I love fonts.
You like it?
Just in general.
All right. Yeah, fonts are cool. Let's go to skeleton again. Let's finish this up.
Okay.
Stay with me, buddy. Here we go. Find skeleton, tab to next reference. Okay, we set the position. Cool. What's this? What's going on here? Scroll that up so we can, I'm not blocking it. Skeleton controller is equal to get component skeleton controller. What's that? Do you know what that is?
Oh yeah, this is the it's a component that we've dragged to the script, isn't it? Or to
Wait.
the skeleton.
Wait, hit the tab key on it. If you're not sure, hit the tab key. It's the file we were just in, Campbell. It's getting that script from the skeleton. See it? What methods does this have?
Wait, what?
What methods does skeleton controller have?
A lot of them.
Okay, what?
Attack, death.
Attack, death, walk, exactly. Let's go back over.
Steal,
Let's keep going. You can hit escape to get back if you want, or you can, there you go. So what do? We get a component, we put it in a variable called controller, tap to next reference on controller. What's happening with that?
Tappity, tap, tap,
It's only
tap,
used there?
tap, tap, tap,
And what's
tap,
happening on line 76?
tap. We're attacking. Oopsies, sorry.
Just hit escape to get back, because you, okay. So
That's why it's constantly.
this is in a method called create next track, right?
Yeah.
What we want to do here is what? What do we want to change here?
We probably want to change it to well, whatever we want to animate it to.
Perfect. Let's go over here and take a look at the, we're talking about more varied skeletal animation.
Yeah.
Is what we're talking about. Okay, so let's talk about the skeletal animation that we've got available to us.
A lot.
I think we've got like we have a few. I took a screenshot of it, by the way. Here, let's go in here and you can take a look at my. These are the methods that we have available to us here. In fact, let me go over. I want to go to your machine for a second, Campbell, and I want to show you something that you can do with the CodeRush. So if I come in here and I paste in controller, this is CodeRush's IntelliSense add-on. We call it IntelliRush. You're seeing a lot of things in here that you can call on this, and a lot of these are coming from the hierarchy. Okay, a lot of things in here.
Really?
But one of the things that you can do is you can tap the control key for options. See that right there?
Yep.
And you tap that.
Oh, sorry, we were both.
Are you doing it? Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, and then you hit the letter H for hierarchy, and then you say, I only want to, and this shows you the hierarchy. So skeleton controller descends from mono behavior, which descends from behavior,
which descends from component, which descends from Unity Engine.object, which descends from object. But we just want things from skeleton control.
Right, so I'm just going to hit the letter 0, the number 0. And now look at what we've got in here. See the list? Okay, so now we can, let's say you want to do something different. You want to say make it stand or...
maybe... Oh, idles. Yeah, probably just stand until... Oh yeah, do you want to hear my idea? So...
All right.
Wait, actually I don't want to do that here.
Tell me what you want to do.
I want to set a breakpoint right here so we can see exactly where the sword hits. Because what I want to do is for it to attack, like, I want the player to move, I want the player to go, and then the skeleton to, like, and then the skeleton sword to go, like, right behind the player, or maybe even right in front of the player.
I am not sure how to do that. I have to give that some thought.
I think we could say if the player's position is this, then do controller.
Well, remember the attack, controller attack starts the animation. We're not at the point where the sword has come down.
True.
So if you set a breakpoint here, you probably won't learn anything valuable at that point. I'm not sure about that. I think that we might want to save that idea for later after we learn more skills. We both learn more about this.
Wait, we could.
But we can definitely trigger an animation as we get close.
Skeleton. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted. Not scenes. Fantasy monster. Yes. Character. No, that's not it. Yeah, this is it. Attack. Which one's attack? This one. Okay.
I'd close this one down and just use the viewer that comes in Unity.
Yeah, that works.
It seems to be better.
Too, because you can see exactly.
The sword's connected, and you can see the. Oh, you could count the blocks if those were units. I'm not really sure if those are units or not, but you kind of count blocks.
I think they're seconds. Look, that would make sense, right? Oh wait, no, they're not seconds. No, these are seconds.
Yeah, down there. But I was talking about the physical dimensions out here in the space. Quick recap: who made the skeleton? The skeleton we did not make here. We downloaded it. It was a free asset from I think the Unity store. And Bill Simser, aka Ocular Malice, helped us out with the by building the controller for it.
So it's about 101 from 31.
So the time is 1 second. So tell me exactly what you want to do here.
Exactly what I want to do.
Or roughly what you want to do.
Roughly what I want to do is have it so that, I think, yeah, right before, I want the sword to go right in front of the player. Before it comes past that area. All right, tricky to do because our speed varies as we're moving down the track. We have to predict when we can do it as a trigger, like when we get to a certain point. It varies, but not that much. Well, if we hit blocks, we slow down. If we get a power up, we might speed up or something like that. So, but what I'm saying is we'd have to calculate
We have to calculate when we reach a point. And then we have to go backwards a second from that and start it. So in other words, if I'm moving slowly, I might reach a point in an hour. And if I'm moving quickly, I might reach it in a minute. Right? And so what we want to do is add a second to whatever that's going to be so that we start the animation, you know, when I get to the point where I'm about a second away from my destination. Does that make sense? So if I'm going to get there in an hour, it's going to be almost at 99.9 something % of the distance traveled, and that's when we trigger it, right? Because of the speed. Yeah, no, I think we can do it. I'm just like, it's going to take some math. It's a couple levels of math to figure this out. And I think this is the thing, like every programmer faces these kinds of challenges, right? We get to a point where we're like, okay, well, we can do it, but it's going to take some thought and some math, right? Maybe two different equations and we join them together. Or we might be able to come up with a compromise in behavior. Tell me what you're thinking. What are you thinking, Campbell?
Nothing.
All right, well, did you hear what I was saying?
Yeah.
So we can compromise the behavior so it gets something close to what you want, but it doesn't require so much calculation and so much mental effort on our part. I'm looking for an easier compromise. For example, we could say, okay, well, let's just see how long it takes, how far we travel in about a second when we're at higher speed. Let's play the game and observe that, right? Relative to his sword, the length of his sword, right? So when we cross the sword now, about a second right there. So we go about, I would say about a third of the distance of his sword in a second. Okay, you with me?
Yes.
Okay, so that means when we're about a third of add that to the length, we're about right there, maybe his sword distance away from him, that's when we trigger it. We trigger the animation when we're that distance. So it's a simpler calculation. We just need to see our distance from the end of the track. And if we're in that space, we trigger the attack.
Okay.
And I'm guessing that distance is based on if this unit of this guy is 1 by 1 by 1. I'm estimating that distance is about 30. It's 30 from the... What's our initial track size? It's 100, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
I think so.
That's in our game logic, I think, right? Yeah, track length is 100. I'm going to say that's maybe 20. Let's guess it at 20. Then the length of him plus standing out is maybe another 30. So I would say when we're, let's say, I'm still not sending them. Let me go switch back over to the other machine. Sometimes if I go in and I trigger the NDI options, it kind of will restart the signal. That does not look like that's working. Let me exit NDI on this machine. Restart NDI. It says no sources found. Come on, NDI. All right, we will, let's do this. We'll just do it on your machine, Campbell. We'll finish the show up on your machine because I'm, looks like I can't share my screen with you right now. Let me do a restart.
I don't think it was your screen. I think it was just my Skype.
No, I was checking. I verified it was, the problem is an NDI connection. I'm going to restart that machine while I switch back over to mine. And we'll see if the restart fixes that piece. Oh, looks like I'm seeing something over here connecting to chat. Are we having a problem? No, it looks like we're okay. Looks like we're still streaming. Okay, so we're on your machine, Campbell. Let's make this work. We need to be able to find out when it's 50 feet near the end of the track. So let's kind of visualize this, okay?
Which is also 15 minutes. Or sorry, not 15 minutes. 50 units from the beginning of the track.
Well, but the track length is changing
yeah,
each time. So here we are. This is the player. Look at me visually. Can you see? Or you can't even see me at all, can you?
No, I can't.
All right, let's go back with the restart on that. Let me try one more time to get the to get Skype and India working over there. Starting up Skype. It's doing an update. NDI is saying no sources. NDI sources still not found. Come on, NDI, kick in. It's interesting, these two computers are able to see each other and connect. We're getting them now. Now I see them. Okay, now I'm showing it. Now why isn't it coming over to Skype yet? Come on. So we've got NDI signal coming across, but it's just black video. Well, yeah, if I can't bring this up, I think we've got, because part of the problem here is I want you to be able to visualize this. I think my next workaround that I'm looking at, yeah, it's just not sending it across, unfortunately.
We could do it on my machine.
Yep, I think that's what I'm going to do. I wanted to help you visualize it, though. And to do that, I wanted to draw a picture.
That's what I meant. We could do that on my machine.
I'll do my best at drawing the picture on it visually. All right, let's go. We'll go over, switch over. We'll just finish the show on your machine here. And now my mouse isn't going across. Looks like we had like a network issue in here.
Are we still streaming?
Yeah, according to this, we are. We're still streaming according to this. Although we did see like a network glitch kind of occur here. We might end up stopping the stream due to technical difficulties.